Hi everyone and welcome back to the Organized Notebook. In this video, we wanted to go over how to use buttons in Notion. So this is a slightly new feature that Notion came out with where you can actually program buttons to do various things that could end up saving you a lot of time. So let's get started. Let's first start by going to a Notion page, and you're welcome to follow along as we do this. We won't be building anything specific, but you can try out these buttons yourself. So first, let's just go over how to make a button. So to make a button in Notion, you can just type /button. And we have the button. And when you first make a button, you'll notice that they have an icon slot and a place to put your title. And then it gives you various options on what you can do when the button is clicked. So let's go ahead and add an icon. Let's just put the cursor and just put new button. And let's examine all the steps that are available. So when you click the button, it's either going to insert blocks, which means either text or other kinds of blocks that you put in there. You can also add a page to a database. You could also edit a page in a database. You can show a confirmation before continuing, and you can open a specific page. So those are your options for these buttons, and you can combine these steps as well. So let's first just check what insert blocks does, and we'll show more advanced inserting blocks later, but for now, let's just show what insert blocks does. If we click here, you can choose either below the button or above the button. So if below the button and you decide to just type hello and then done, you click here, you're gonna get a hello. So it just created this new block here. And if you do above the button, then you'll see hello above. So that's how you can do this add a block. And let's check what we can do, what else we can do. So then we have to add a new page to a database. And this is actually where we most often use buttons, is to add pages to a database, because often you have many things on the page and it takes a lot of scrolling to get to the database you want to add something to. And if you have a button, you could just keep it at the top of your page so that you don't have to go all the way to the bottom. So we'll show what this means. So first, let's actually create a sample database over here by typing /database. And we'll do database inline, and we'll call this sample button database. And then we are gonna add a step that will create a page in here. So let's call this add new page. And the step when you click it is to add a page to sample button database. And then you can start choosing what you want to fill in here automatically. So if you want to fill this as new page, and let's say you wanted to add a tag here, you can just choose. Actually, you have to set it up here first. So let's say you have tag 1, you have tag 2, and for this button, you wanted to automate it so that it always chooses tag 1. Well, it's possible. You could just do this. And then you just click done. And when you click here, you should see a new page with tag 1. So this is a really easy way to add new pages to databases. And let's imagine that this database was all the way here. So because you have this button, you can just click it and it's been added, but you don't have to go all the way down here. Otherwise, you would have to click this plus new button and nothing's really filled in. And here you could also click plus new, but then it does this weird thing where it opens the page. So this saves a lot of time to add new page using buttons. And then you could also decide to open the page already in front of you. So for that, you would add another step and you would click open page. and you can select the page you open to be the new page you just added. So let's see what happens now. So when you add a new page, you're gonna get it all the way here in center peak, and you're ready to do stuff here. You can go out, and you never had to scroll all the way down here to do any of this. So this saves a lot of time. And if you're wondering what pre-filling in properties, how you could use that to your advantage, well, if you edit this, and let's say you call this add new page with tag 1. If you had a button for that, and then you frequently also sometimes have to put one with tag 2, then you could just do like this, and could do this, and by clicking here, you're gonna get a page with tag 2 instead. So this is one way you can kind of use buttons to add several different options on what kinds of pages you want to open. So now let's click the edit button, and something that is actually a relatively new feature that we'd like to show you is that now Notion lets you also choose the database template you wanted to open with. And this is really big because, for example, let's say that you have company meeting notes. So add company meeting note. And you also have add client meeting note. And those have different templates on what you want inside of them. Well, then imagine this is a meeting notes database. And we go here to add new template. So one template is going to be called company meeting notes. And for example, it could be 1 month goals for the company and more. You could just add a lot of like a note template here. And then the other one we'll add is the client meeting notes template. And here you would have questions to ask client, for example. And then you can actually configure it to open a page with that when you want to add a company meeting note as opposed to client meeting note. So we go to edit button, and you're going to add page it to meeting notes database as, and then you want it to be open up as a company meeting notes. And we're going to remove this tag because we don't need that, and done. And this one, you want it to be client meeting note, and we'll delete this, and done. So let's say you're about to go to a company meeting, so you click this button to start your notes. And now you have a dedicated template that you can already start writing in. And then let's say you're gonna go meet a client and you need to add a client meeting. Well, you can just click here, and then you're gonna have a dedicated template for how you're gonna ask questions for the client, for example. So these are ways that you can use this new feature where you can add these templates to the meeting note database and then have them connected to these buttons. So that's one way to use buttons that we highly recommend. And then let's edit this. We can also add another step where you show a confirmation. So when you click here and you're done, it's gonna make sure to show a confirmation if this is okay. So let's add this show a confirmation. Are you sure you want to continue? And then let's see what happens. So if you click here, are you sure you want to continue? Then it's like continue. But if you click here, are you sure you want to continue? Cancel. So button was canceled. So in that way, you can do things like that where you add confirmations so that you can warn people if it's something that's going to make a big change to your database or whatever you did before. And let's delete this. And let's see what other steps there are. So we did the open page. Now let's try edit page in. And we're going to edit the page inside meeting notes database. And we could just add something to all pages in meeting notes database. So let's actually delete these so we can see better. So edit, and let's see what properties we can edit. So let's say name, and we're going to change them all to buttons. And then we click done, and we click here, and we just added the name buttons to every single entry inside the meeting notes database. So in that way, if you needed a quick way to change something at once in a database, for example, this could be useful to edit a certain property, or you could also change it to whatever filter rule that you want. So if something is unfinished and then you want to add something immediately to all of them and so forth. So you just need to use your creativity in how you can use these buttons. It seems like there's a lot you can do with it. So yeah, make sure to explore all of these options. So now we also wanted to show you a more advanced technique with these insert blocks. So some kind of use cases that we thought about with these insert blocks is, let's say you have a bunch of different kinds of hashtags that you like to store if you post social media content. So let's say you have a set of productivity hashtags that you want to add at the end all the time. Then you could put that inside the block. So let's delete this, and then we could do insert blocks, and then we could do above button. And let's say you had hashtag productivity, hashtag sample, etc. Then you could just click here and generate hashtags, for example. So that could be a useful way to use it if you wanted to store information in here that you often have to type over and over again or copy and paste. You could just put it in a button. And you can even put things like databases inside the block. So let's say we have, actually we can just take this whole database. And if we go to here, so insert blocks. So we can actually go ahead and move this whole thing inside, and it's going to generate that above. So let's do done. We're going to click here. And we should see the table. So it created 2 blocks on the page, and it created this meeting notes database. And every time you click here, you'll just make more of these. So this is how you can also use it to add more and more databases as well. And let's delete this. And finally, another way to use buttons is actually to kind of use it as a navigation tool. So for that, we're going to show you by creating 2 pages. So let's delete these for now. And let's say you have a home page. So /page. And you're going to call this home page. And then inside the home page, you have /page. Let's say this is about me. And then you write about me. And then at the very end of the page, you want to be able to return to the home page. Then you could just add /button. And you can open page. And we're going to call this return home. And let's put a home icon. And we're going to open the page which was called home page. Just here, open home page. And we're going to open this as full page. And done. So someone's reading your about me, and then you give them the option to return home. And there you are, you're back to home page. So this is a really cool way to kind of make it even more feel like a website. If you wanted to add buttons like return home, or to read more about something, you could redirect them to other places. So this can kind of act as a redirect button for your Notion pages. So that's a really useful way to use buttons. So these are the ways that we use buttons, and we hope that this was useful for you. Let us know in the comments what you think. How do you use buttons? Do you have any interesting ways you've been using them? And we hope to see you in the next video.